Ukrainian forces fighting through the stalemate achieved victory this week by securing a foothold on the eastern bank of the Dnipro River, pushing Russian troops back to other fronts as Moscow struggled to launch its own offensive in eastern Ukraine. Although a Ukrainian counteroffensive launched in June sparked hopes in the west of a breakthrough, the war has devolved into brutal, back-and-forth fighting, and neither side has made any real progress. As winter approaches, it is unlikely that in the next few months there will be any surprising maneuvers across the 600-mile stretch of eastern Ukraine. New footage from fighting in the Ukrainian town of Avdiivka shows what has now become a regular occurrence: the crushing of a Russian armored column under deadly artillery fire. The video shows several Russian vehicles driving through fields at an undisclosed location near a conflict-affected town in the Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine. As the lead tank crossed the crater-strewn landscape, it was hit by artillery fire from the Ukrainian 116th Separate Brigade. The tank's turret can be seen flying into the air as the vehicle explodes in a huge fireball. These events have become a regular occurrence as Russia continues its costly efforts to capture Avdiivka. The British Ministry of Defense said in its daily intelligence report on Russia's invasion of Ukraine that over the past week, there had been intense ground fighting in 3 areas: the Kupiansk axis in the Luhansk region, Avdiivka in the Donetsk region, and on the left bank of the Dnipro River in Kherson oblast, where troops Ukraine builds bridges. Although Russia had very heavy casualties around Avdiivka, the report said neither side made much progress at any location. Ukrainian troops said this week that they had gained a foothold on the east bank of the Dnipro River about 30 kilometers from the city of Kherson. The river has separated Ukrainian and Russian troops since Moscow's forces withdrew from Kherson a year ago. Fighters of Special Operations Center A last week inflicted record losses on Russian invaders with kamikaze drones. In addition, the artillery of the Ukrainian armed forces, guided by SBU-A-CSO air reconnaissance, destroyed another 155 invaders and 38 units of enemy equipment. It should be noted that this is not the first time we have seen the use of drones by Lviv against individuals who intervene. Coupled with a significant increase in enemy casualties within a week, this gives reason to assume that the number of drones in the CSO is increasing. In the Kherson direction, the fighters of the Armed Forces of Ukraine destroyed the heavy flamethrower system Sonstapak, an armored personnel carrier and several weapons belonging to the Russian invaders. The press service of the Defense Forces of South Ukraine told about this on its Telegram channel, publishing a relevant video edited from footage taken by a thermal imaging camera of an unmanned aerial vehicle. Its operators completely destroyed enemy equipment at night, accurately dropping several anti-tank cumulative grenades on each target. It appears that the bombing was preceded by daytime reconnaissance using small drones. In a significant action near Avdiivka, Ukrainian forces have eliminated nearly 500 Russian troops and captured 1 invader soldier in the last day, Tavria Operational Group Commander Oleksandr Tarnavsky announced via telegram on November 18. The action included 8 airstrikes, 51 clashes near Tavria, and 974 artillery bombardments against Ukrainian positions. Ukraine has attacked Russian positions across the Dnipro before, but has not defended its position on the east bank. Most of the Ukrainian counteroffensive took place around the Zaporizhzhia region towards the town of Tokmak and around the destroyed town of Bakhmut in Donetsk. The attacks are expected to continue throughout the winter, although they will likely be more limited. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said defending Avdiivka was vital to his military goals and weakening Russia's power. On Thursday, Zelensky also said Russia was stockpiling missiles and that although Ukraine did not have 100% protection from a Russian attack, the country's air defenses were better than they were a year ago. Natalia Humeniuk, a spokeswoman for Ukraine's Southern Command, said, "The pushback from our side took place in a 3 to 8 kilometer stretch along the riverbank from the water's edge. For now, we will request informational silence, which will allow us to report major successes at a later date." Speaking to Ukrainian media outlet RBK, Ukrainian military expert Oleksandr Kovalenko said that the increasing contested areas of control on the eastern bank significantly reduces the mobility and capabilities of the Russian invaders. Ukraine continues to inflict heavy losses on Russian one-way attack drones sent primarily to attack nationally critical infrastructure targets. According to the Ukrainian Air Force, its air defenses shot down 16 of 18 attack drones launched by Russia in the latest wave of strikes overnight. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned Russia may be planning to trigger a war in the Balkans to divert attention from the ongoing fight with Ukraine. "Pay attention to the Balkans. Believe me, we received information. Russia has long plans," Zelensky told journalists on Thursday, according to the Interfax Ukraine news agency. Zelensky's warning came days before Russia bombarded Ukraine with massive drone strikes overnight, with Moscow launching 38 Iranian-made Shahed drones from 8 p.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. on Saturday, according to Ukrainian military officials. Ukraine's famous muddy season during autumn is coming to an end, opening the door to a harsh winter. Although cold temperatures usually slow the pace of battle, refreezing the ground also opens up new opportunities for ground vehicles to advance.